I've been using BG Stats or Board Game Stats app for the last 10 years since it came out. So I went back in and picked out what are all of my best games over the last 10 years. What did I play the most of? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's hop into BGG. I have this geek list linked below for you, and let's take a blast from the past and go all the way back to 2015. Now the app launched in 2014, but my data seems to start in 2015. So I may have been a couple of months late. So my most favorite game that I played in 2015 was Strasbourg, which was actually a 2011 release from Stefan Feld. This has a really cool auction mechanic where you're kind of building out this town with this tile lane. And I really regret selling this because now it's like $200 to get it back. They've recently done a reprint called Valencia from Queen Games, although I don't really like the theme Valencia, and I really just don't trust Queen Game on their Kickstarters. Now, my most played game of 2015, though, was Istanbul, which came out in 2014. And the game that came out in 2015 that I played the most was New York 1901. New York 1901, I also kind of regret selling. I'm trying to trade away for this one right now. But Istanbul, I think I would rather play Yokohama, which is similar but more complex. Going on to 2016, we have Raiders of the North Sea, which actually came out in 2014. This is an awesome worker placement with great art by the Amico. And this was also my most played game of 2015. However, Porta Nigra was a 2015 release that was a close second. I don't appear to have played anything that released in 2016 that much. In 2017, we have Lisboa. This is when I think I started getting really heavy into board gaming, like the heavy board games with Vito Lacerda games. I believe I played Hedvinos as well, and Kanban before that. But Lisboa was definitely one of my favorites, and it's still one of my favorites to this day. It is so pretty. And then I went to Portugal shortly after and kind of relived a lot of the things that were in there. Barenpark, however, was the most played game in 2017. Next up is Azul. This is still in my collection. I think this is one of the very few of these games that is still in my collection. And I can't believe it's been, came out all the way in 2017. So it's been out for a while, and now we're getting Azul Duel this year. So that's kind of exciting. However, Welcome to the Flippin' Right was the game that released in 2018 that I played the most. This was also when I launched my YouTube channel for the first time. If you weren't aware, I used to have 3 different names. I used to be nearly 400 pounds as well. I did some time off with my weight loss surgery and some of my mental health stuff. And then I came back this last August, relaunching this channel here. So you'll notice it on my YouTube page, you can see all of the old videos that I still had that I uploaded. There's a few that I didn't upload because I would have to re-edit them. I didn't seem to have saved the exported file. And I'm kind of too lazy to do that. But we may get back to it eventually, but I don't like looking at my old self. Anyways, on to 2019, we have Era Medieval Age. I also still have this one in my collection. This is another roll and write. It is a re-implement of a roll and write, but it's so beautiful because you're building this 3D town on this pegboard. I almost have all of the collector sets for it, but I cannot seem to find a couple of them. So if you have them, let me know. However, Hadara, which also came out in 2019, was my most played game. That was a replacement for Seven Wonders for me at the time because it played a lot quicker and had a lot smaller footprint. However, I no longer have either Seven Wonders or Hadara. I now have Seven Wonders Architects, which I quite like. In 2020, we have Reavers of Midgard. Not many games get played a lot of times in 2020 due to the pandemic. I also had my 6-month recovery from my gastric bypass in 2020. However, Reavers, the sequel to Champions of Midgard, was one of my favorites. But the North American release of Smartphone Incorporated actually was the one that I ended up playing the most. In 2021, the pandemic really starts to set in. We did not get anything played until July because everything shut down. And we started playing Lost Ruins of Arnak quite a bit. Gorinto, which also came out in 2021, was another game that I played quite a bit because Lost Ruins of Arnak actually came out in 2020. In 2022, we have the Endeavor Age of Sail reprint. I had played the original one quite a time. The pandemic is still shutting down. Social connections are going. My health is starting to go into shit at this time. Um, and so I really did not get a lot of stuff played, but all the stuff I got played was really well. So Endeavor was a great way to start reconnecting. And in 2022, the new game that I managed to get was Tenpenny Parks. Now, I still have to review this one. I still have it. I want to play it some more, but I need some more trees for it. So I might have to 3D print some trees. On to 2023, we have got Ark Nova, and it is still one of the most popular games. However, I have sold it. I played it enough to not really want to have to play it again. The new maps didn't really instill a lot of extra stuff into me. But in 2023, we also caught up a lot on 2020 to 2022 releases because Ark Nova actually came out in 2021. But it was my most played in 2023. And I also managed to get Distilled and Dice Manor to the table quite a bit that were also previous releases from 2023. Now let's look at last year. My favorite game of the year and my most played game of the year was Wondrous Creatures. I will be reviewing this soon. However, I also played Fromage and Forest Shuffle more because I did play some BGA a lot more this year. But Wondrous Creatures was the most played in-person game. And Fromage, I have played 11 times because of BGA. And Forest Shuffle, I have no idea how many I have played. And I keep forgetting to review it. I now have both expansions. So let me know, what is your favorite games from the last 10 years? I can't believe it has been 10 years of tracking all of my data. Let me know what kind of data you want to see. I am such a data nerd. I highly recommend you going out and buying the Board Game Stats app. It is only $7.99 in the Canadian App Store. I think it's a little bit more in the Google Play App Store. And then also get the expansions for it, like the deep statistics, the challenges, the tagging, and the Cloud Sync you don't need unless you're going to go between multiple devices. So I have 2 iPhones that I record with. So I do like to keep them on both in case I need to take a look at that there. But highly recommend that app. Not sponsored, although, hey, hit me up. I'll help you build your app. I'm a nerd too and a developer. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Check out this geek list, leave comments below, like, subscribe, follow along, and check in next week when I release a video on a bunch of new Euro games that are coming in 2025 that you've probably not heard of yet. All right, stay tuned. Bye.